Hey team, still here in Torquay, welcoming you to the Top Pins Football Gameweek 21 preview. Again, I'm alone. I'm sorry, he's in London. He doesn't want to come hang out by the pool. Don't let the sun and the pools, make you think that it's nice and warm here. We are in England. It is winter and it is bloody cold. You'd almost think this was a picture from summer if you didn't know better. Anyway, let's have a look at what we got last week. Bit of a shocker. Both of us got 4 out of 10. The only saving grace there for me is I've got 2 exact right. And look, it's not been a good week for us in our picks. All these shock results coming over the Christmas period have really hurt those of us that are making these picks. Fantasy players, I'm sure, as well. And let's hope we get a bit more of the status quo in the next few weeks. 4 out of 10 each for both of us. Like I say, I got the 2 exacts, and if we look at where we're at the moment, that puts Mike on 89, me on 95, and in the exacts, I've taken that 4-point lead now. Mike on 12, me on 16, so we're hoping that can continue. But look, let's have a look ahead. Let's look at Game Week 21. There's, in particular, one huge game coming this week, but there are a few other pretty good games that are going to be very interesting as well. So let's get stuck into it. First game, we've got Everton hosting Leicester at Goodison Park. Now this will be interesting because obviously both teams lost to teams that they wouldn't have expected to lose to last week. More so Leicester losing to Cardiff at home. I expect pretty big responses from both of these guys, both of these managers. I don't know quite how they would have taken that and the fans would have taken the losses last week. But look, Everton have been good this season. I think they're just going to edge it. Mike's thinking that Everton's going to edge it to the tune of 3-2. I don't think it'll actually have that many goals in it. I think both defences and keepers are actually pretty good at the moment. And I'm actually going to pick this one 2-1 to Everton. So we're on the same page. 1 goal difference, but Mike's picking this one 3-2 to Everton. We've got a big game at the Emirates and another London derby. Arsenal are hosting Fulham. Now, Fulham will be buoyed by their 1-0 win that they had at home against Huddersfield, but they'll also be realistic about the fact they're facing an Arsenal team that will be absolutely spewing about the way they were dismantled at Anfield, and boy were they dismantled. And I think there'll be some pretty savage words spoken on the trip back to London and the last couple of days, and I would expect a pretty emphatic response here from Arsenal. I love the way that Iwobi's playing. Ramsey, he does have some good touches, and he did look pretty good against Liverpool in patches. I just worry about, I think their fullbacks and their backline are a big worry, but I don't think Fulham are going to give them enough problems back there that it's going to hurt them too bad. I'm picking Arsenal to come away with this one 3-1. Mike's picking Arsenal to come away with this one 4-1. So again, pretty close. But Mike definitely, the in-sync Justin Timberlake that he is, he's picking Arsenal to have a slightly better result than I am. Cardiff will be hosting Spurs in the next game, and again, you've got a team that'll be buoyant in a great first away victory of the season in Cardiff, and you'll have a Spurs team that are absolutely gutted with their home performance against Wolves, and I just can't see Pochettino letting his side go out there again with another bad performance. I highly, highly suggest that this is going to be a good win for Spurs. I think Son, Eriksen, Kane, they're all going to be fizzing to put that right, and I just don't see that Cardiff are going to be able to stop them. Mike's picking Spurs 4-0 here. That's pretty good. I actually think that Spurs are going to attack so much that it could cost them a goal. So I'm actually going to pick Spurs to win this one 3-1. I think they'll go out, they'll be ruthless, but I think they might leave themselves a little exposed in their quest to put what happened against Wolves right. I think they may give up enough space to let one in, and Lloris is not quite as convincing as he used to be for me. So one good shot on target could, dribble in for a goal. Next game of the week should be a real cracker, and this is Bournemouth hosting Watford. Now, they're around each other in the table. They've both been patchy in form and good in parts. Bournemouth really need a result here. Bournemouth slipping down the table, and I'd love to see them pick up some points here. Mike doesn't believe they'll pick up more than one. He's picking a 2-2 draw here. I'm actually looking to Bournemouth to have a good response, and I certainly hope they do. I think Eddie Howe is going to have them really G'd up for this game. It's a day after New Year's, hangovers will have cleared, and look, I'm picking Bournemouth to actually come out of this one 2-1 winners. But yeah, Mike not feeling it on this one. He thinks a 2-2 draw will be the result on the day. So at the same time, we'll see Chelsea hosting Southampton. And look, Southampton have improved dramatically with the new manager, but I just don't see them going to Stamford Bridge and winning this game. Neither does Mike. Mike's got Chelsea winning this one 2-1. I'm actually going to be a little kinder to Chelsea on this one. I'm actually picking them to win this one 2-0. I think defensively they've got enough to hold out Southampton, who still look a little disjointed, don't look like they can quite unleash the talent that they do have. But that will come. I think the new manager's done a lot to help them defensively, and I think 2-0 would be a pretty good result for Chelsea to take at home against Southampton. Huddersfield host Burnley next, and this will be a big game. It's another one of these relegation 6-pointers. And Burnley will feel pretty good about their last result. I mean, that was a really unexpected result against West Ham. And they'll travel to Huddersfield feeling pretty confident that they can take some points here. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I don't think there's going to be a great deal in this one. But I'm actually going to pick this as a 1-0 win to Burnley. I think it could be a dire match for the neutral. But I think Sean Dyche will get them up for this, and they'll realise just how important this game is in the context of their season. Mike doesn't think there'll be any goals. He thinks this will be a big old 0-0 draw. And look, I could see that being the case. I'm expecting someone to pop up unexpectedly out of the blue to pick one up, maybe right near the end of the game for Burnley, and take this one 1-0. West Ham will host Brighton. And this could be a cracker as well. Brighton, on the back of a good win at home against Everton, will travel to London feeling pretty confident. West Ham, they've been so up and down at the moment. The form's been pretty good. Certainly don't stink of it anymore. I certainly know Mike has cancelled the T-shirt order, and rightly so. It was his favourite catchphrase, but it's certainly not true any longer. He's picking West Ham to come back and win this one 2-1, and it does feel hard to think otherwise, but I'm actually going to pick this one as a 1-1 draw. You all know that we're a fan of Chris Hughton here at Top Bins Football. I do like what he does, and I think he'll organise that defence pretty nicely. They can certainly score a goal, but I think they can keep a few out as well. And I'm picking a 1-1 draw. Wolves will host Crystal Palace. And this is one of the easier games for me to pick this week, to be honest, because Wolves just look so good against Spurs. Crystal Palace are just not really playing that good. I know they had their good victory away at the Etihad the other week, but I feel like that was more a flash in the pan than a sign of things to come. Wolves look to be getting it back together again here, and I'd love to see that. I do love the football that they play when they get it going. And Mike agrees. Mike thinks that Wolves are going to run out 2-0 winners here. I'm actually going to be a little kinder to Wolves. I'm going to pick them to win this one 3-0. I think if you can score 3 against Spurs at Spurs, you can certainly score 3 at home against the Crystal Palace side that look pretty lame at the back, to be honest. And yeah, I think Roy's going to have to dig deep in this transfer window and see what he can do to try and shore up his season. But look, we're both picking Wolves to come out on top in this game. Nearly there, and Newcastle will be hosting Manchester United. And look, the Spanish waiter does a great job, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has really just brought some belief and some passion back into this Manchester United team. And I think it really highlights just how bad Jose had let things get in terms of the player confidence. Because these guys are playing, they're enjoying their football, and lo and behold, once you're enjoying your football again, you start winning. And they are winning and winning big, and that's exactly what I expect them to do here. Mike is picking the same. He's picking United to win this one 3-1. I'm actually going to go ahead and pick this one as a United 4-0. I think they're going to keep the clean sheet, and they're just going to do over a Newcastle side that are, right for the picking in my opinion. And look, we'll both pick a United win. Slightly different results, but we're fairly in sync this week. Until we get to this game. The game that I have had highlighted in my calendar for months now. And it is Manchester City hosting Liverpool. Now, this is a huge game, and before the Arsenal game, I was saying to friends, I'd be pretty happy if we could take 4 points out of the games against Arsenal and City, and I don't think that has changed for me. I think if Liverpool pulled a draw out at City, that would be a pretty good result, to be honest, and certainly hurts the chances and the comeback from City to take that top spot, only giving them 1 point. But it's going to be a tough game, and Mike doesn't think that Liverpool can do it. Mike is picking City to win this one 2-1. And look, I can see why he's doing that. City at home are a decent prospect, aren't they? I mean, they're not easy to beat at home. But then Crystal Palace can beat City at home. I'm pretty sure Liverpool can beat City at home. I'm going to pull out one of my dodgy calls here, and you're all going to say it's because I'm a Liverpool fan. But look, based on the evidence I've seen in the last few weeks, based on the fact that Liverpool haven't lost a game in the league this season, I'm picking Liverpool to win this one. I'm picking Liverpool to win this one 3-2. I think this is going to be an absolute cracker of a match, and I'm expecting, I don't know, I would love to see the Power Cube pull out the winner 85th minute just to shut Mike up about whether he can score against top teams. I think if he scores the winner against City at the Etihad, Michael have to shove that one down his pipe and smoke it, because Shaqiri, he's come up big in the last few weeks. Salah's at good form. Bobby Firmino looked alright this week as well, as always. And even Mane, who's been a bit dreadful lately, has looked good. Whereas on the other side of the equation, I don't feel like Sterling, Sane, Bernardo Silva and Sergio Aguero are looking quite as good as they have done. Yes, Aguero scored this week, but I just, not feeling them quite to the same level that they were earlier in the season. Maybe a bit of fatigue setting in, I'm not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Liverpool to win this one 3-2. Mike's going to pick City to win this one 2-1. This will be the big decisive one of the week for us. Although we can see Mike's got a lot of catching up to do here in the race for the picks. But we're only halfway through the season. A long time to go. So that's us for another Top Bins episode. They've been coming thick and fast this Christmas and New Year's period. After the 3rd of January, we'll get a bit of normality coming back in and a bit more time to spend with our families and job interviews at Torquay United, so that we can go back to somewhat normal schedule. We've got an international break coming up as well, so Top Bins will get a bit of a break at last. But we've loved bringing you all the action over this Christmas period. There's a lot to get through, a lot of time that you want to spend watching videos and not being with your family, and we want to give you those videos. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit us up on Facebook, Facebook.com/Top Bins Fantasy. Twitter's up there as well. Get in with the banter. We love the banter. We love you guys. We want to keep you entertained this period. Have an awesome New Year's. Go out, get a few lagers in, watch some great football, and let's go Liverpool. Let's keep it top of the table, baby. Cheers, team.